Hello again, wrestling fans, and welcome to the second episode of the Wrestling Radio podcast, Wrestledope. I'm Darren, and this is Stephen.
Hey.
Nice to have you back here again at Wrestledope.com. You can also find us on Twitter.com/Wrestledope. You can find us at YouTube.com/user/TheWrestledope. You can also get us on Facebook as well, and Ustream, Podcast Alley, WrestleDope.podomatic.com, and everywhere is where we're going to be in the future. Just like tonight, here live for the first time on justin.tv. It's a big day.
Yeah, we're doing it live tonight. I didn't mean to say that, but we're doing it live.
We're going to get straight into the topic that we like to speak about best, wrestling. And tonight on WrestleDope, we're going to talk about TNA and the Monday Night Wars, what it means for Vince McMahon and the WWE going forward as TNA kick up the gears and take it to them on Monday night. We're going to speak more about Ric Flair and tell you basically what's up with him at the moment. He's not enjoying life. Well, at least professionally he's enjoying life, but in his personal life, things are a little bit awry at this stage, and we're going to find out exactly what's going on there.
Yeah, we're going to talk all about TNA from this past Thursday night and give you a full rundown of the week's programming, starting with Raw from Monday night.
Raw from Monday night, and it was, well, an interesting show, certainly a show that I paid full attention to. Now that we are indeed doing the WrestleDope podcast, we're going to be watching all the programming so that you don't have to. That's right, not just Raw, Smackdown, Superstars, NXT, we're also watching ROH and FCW. But as Stephen said, we're beginning tonight's program live on justin.tv and also as a podcast, and indeed some YouTube action going on as well. That's something we'll talk about later. But let's get straight on to tonight's subject, and that would be WWE Raw from this past week. What did you think?
Yeah, my first impressions are, honestly, I just don't know what the hell is going on with this Shawn Michaels Undertaker buzz. I don't know why they're doing it still. We said this last week, and I'll say it again this week. I think even having Triple H in this mix with the promo and stuff, I'm just not down with it. I think Triple H, what I would like to see actually, really, and I think it would be refreshing to see, is if Michaels and Taker goes ahead, which it looks like it's going to go ahead anyway. I'm all about Michaels taking the streak, and I'm certainly all about Michaels getting probably the recognition he deserves in a way. But what I would like to see is some kind of buzz with Michaels and Taker, and then on the same night of Mania, it's never going to happen, but in an ideal world, Michaels and Triple H, and have Michaels do a crazy match with Taker, let him go the full hour, and then let him take trips down again on the same night at Mania, end the streak, and go head on with trips. But at the same time, the title situation, that's the problem. There needs to be a balance involved, and I think it's a bit late in the game, but it would have made sense if they had sorted out first time around, I think.
Actually, I must say it's a fantastic idea, one I hadn't thought of. Putting in Triple H into that match at some late stage in the game at WrestleMania, that would shock us all.
Yeah, I just think it would be refreshing, and we've seen Taker and Michaels do their buzz, and like we said last week, round 2 isn't going to be, I don't think they can top what they did last year.
Indeed, Shawn Michaels cutting a promo this week, and Triple H came out. He said that Shawn Michaels was the best he was ever in the ring with. That's no surprise, seeing as we know they're part of the infamous clique, but the best he's ever been in the ring with? What about Nate?
Yeah, that's typical Triple H, rubbing Michaels up. big time. But at the same time, what is Triple H's buzz? Sheamus, Triple H, 3 weeks of a story to build, not real much background, no real reason by that little attack, but it's ridiculous on the creative.
It looks like a bit of a rush job, and Sheamus now looks set to be taking on Triple H at the end of the this past week's Raw. We saw Sheamus standing tall, and that pretty much wraps up what was going on with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Of course, not forgetting that tag team match with The Miz and Big Show.
Yeah, Miz and Big Show again. Defeating DX to hold on to the titles, but my main concern is, we might talk about this a little bit later on when we're talking about WrestleMania and the full card. Some dodgy manoeuvres coming out of the WWE with this build to WrestleMania. Some terrible matches being made. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Yeah, I really don't know.
Were you shocked that Shawn Michaels, in a sense, put Miz over?
Yeah, I was. And again, where do we see Miz landing with the WrestleMania card? Is it going to end up Money in the Bank? No, because once again, as we will talk about this later, they've made a match, the match made in heaven, as I'm referring to it these days. The big tag match, but we'll get into that later on in the show, so stay tuned.
And of course, Bret Hart back on Raw this week. I thought this week, more than any other, he got that fashion look down, finally.
Yeah, Hart's, he's all out, he's got it to a T. I really enjoyed actually McMahon and his promo. And I think the funniest thing about it was watching Vince in reflection of Bret Hart's sunglasses, and he could see
brilliant shot.
Vince playing the heel back to him in reflection, doing only as Vince can do, the true heel character, to absolute perfection.
That was a fantastic shot when you did indeed see Vince reflected in Bret's glasses. It was something that really, it's the kind of thing that the high-def picture really lends itself to. But moving on, I mean, I really believe that Bret has been used poorly. I think his build to this match with Vince has been handled all wrong, and there was some interesting news about an insurance policy rumour. I'm not sure if you read that during the week on the dirt sheets, but apparently there were some serious insurance type settings that Bret is